Welcome back, percussionists. Now we're going to look at how to approach playing the mallets. You might have a glockenspiel at your disposal, or the bells, or a xylophone, a vibraphone, or marimba. But often beginners will start with a glockenspiel, so that's why I've chosen to show you today. I've got 3 tips for you for starting out when you're playing. The first tip is when you're playing, and I notice this a lot with my beginning percussionists, try to pull the sound out. So what I see beginning percussionists tend to do is press their mallets into the instrument like this. And you can hear that's almost deadening the sound. Well, it is deadening the sound. Now let's just play the same thing, but lifting out the mallets. You can see that, or you can hear that the sound gets to ring. So that's the first tip. Make sure you're bringing up the mallets, so you're pulling out the sound. The second tip is just be aware of where you're hitting. At the beginning, as you're getting used to it, you can see that there's a line going through on both sides. That's called the node. And you don't really want to hit there. It's a little bit more of a dead sound. I'll play that for you. And that extra sound you're hearing is it's actually the screw that screws it in. But if you play in the center, closer to the center, you'll get a fuller sound. So that's my second tip. Just be aware of where you're striking your bars. The last tip, and this has to do with the standard of excellence, is for the first 4 numbers, it's the same pitch. And when you first start, I'll really encourage you to not look down at the instrument. I think the reason that we tend to do that as percussionists when we're first starting is because unlike other instruments that you can touch, you can touch your clarinet, you can even touch your fingers to the piano, we don't have that luxury. And so I think we kind of want to make sure that we can access it. But in this case, try to, at least for number 1 to 4, you can't see me now, but we're going to put the stand between ourselves and the conductor. Get your D set up, so this is number 1, time for band, and try your best not to look down, but just to keep your mallet over the D, like this, 1, 2, 3, 4. It might be that you do something like this, and you hit the wrong note. Well, that's okay. It just means that you've got to teach your hand to stay over the right note. And if you can try that for the first 4 pieces, you will get a little bit used to being able to see the instrument out of the corner of your eye, your music, and your conductor. I've had percussionists who've started memorizing the pieces, and as you continue with this book, you might find that's pretty hard to do, continuing to memorize the piece. Also, then you can't see the conductor because you'll be looking down. All right, I hope that's helpful. So again, the 3 tips are try not to look down, try to practice looking at the conductor and your music. The second tip, instead of pressing into the bar, you pull out the sound. And then the third tip is just be aware of the best place to strike on the bar. And that's a lot to take in for a beginning lesson, but good luck with the glockenspiel and the other mallet instruments, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye.